steel rail, we also call rails tracks, is an important element of the rail system. The steel rail is used with rail joint and railway fasteners like rail clip, railroad tie plate, turn outs to make the train run fast and steady without steering. As we know, the rail system is composed of the two parallel rails and sleepers. The steel rails are fixed on the sleepers and under the rail slipper is the railway track ballast. The steel rail can bear much more weight compared with other material rails. Due to the enormous pressure, the steel rail needs high quality steel to make. Nowadays, we would like to make the section of the steel rail as a Chinese character, and the steel rails have their own destiny according to the use. Some steel rails are used for coming into contact with the wheels, which call railhead. Some steel rails at the middle of the track, which we call rail web.
Steel rail processing. The process of steel rail manufacturing is simple. The most important is rolling the steel. After choosing the suitable steel billet, then the next step is rolling the steel. Disposing the billet steel. Adopt the continuous casting bloom to improve the microstructure of the billet steel. Besides, adopt the vacuum degassing and secondary refining technology to ensure the inner quality of the billet steel. This technology can control the residual element and gas content and ensure the purity of the steel.
As we know, the steel billet through rolling, cooling and straightening can be made to the rails. During the process, the vital part is rolling. There are two methods to rolling: groove rolling and universal rolling. The first one, groove rolling, is simpler than universal rolling. The metal deformation is steady. The groove rolling is suited for roughing and deformation because of the simple control system. But the whole pattern adopts the asymmetry design, so the symmetry of the steel rail section is not very well. Besides, the control accuracy is not rigid, so the surface quality cannot be controlled well. Universal rolling is popular among the world, which is the best technology to produce steel rail. The universal rolling system is found of a pair of the active horizontal roll and a pair of the passive horizontal roll. These four rolls are working on the same level. The flat roll process the rail web. The vertical roll and the flat roll process the rail head and the rail flanges together. The rolling mill guide beam is mounted directly on the bearing seat, which can move as a whole system, and the rolling process is complete automation.
Heating is better for improving the mechanical property drastically. The most popular heating technology is quenching and tempering heat treatment and slow quenching. Meanwhile, adopt the working beam furnace to heat the billet steel that can control the gas fractionation and prevent the decarburization and uneven temperature. Straightening. We would like to adopt the long road to rolling, cooling and straightening. This technology is better for increasing the yield, reducing the residue stress and lengthening the service life of the steel rail. Inspecting. Through the online quality inspect center, adopt the ultrasound wave, AD and laser to inspect the steel inner quality, the rail surface quality and the roll rate track dimension.
Finally, is the cutting process. Cutting is common that adopt the carbide machine to drill and process the rail head so that it can get high accuracy. With the development of the society, the high-speed railway, heavy load railway and the railway automatically control system are becoming mainstream. From the 1980s, China has studied this part and now takes new technology. Except for the advanced production technology, Ajicho Rail provide various standard railroad tracks and many different railroad tracks dimensions